This is Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest-running weekly motoring news and features TV and online magazine. I am Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Here are this week's features to watch out for. On Motoring Forum, we shall discuss the significance of reimposing the no-contact apprehension policy. A road safety reminder on the Young Street Smarts portion centers on what to do when one encounters a double white lie. This week's Buying Choper shall be about the limit on the number of passengers in PUVs. Showcase this week shall have the premium compact sedan from BMW, the 520i Luxury. While for race weekend, we shall have the highlights of the Legends of the 90s car meet.
All these plus the latest news in transportation and traffic management, as well as developments in the automotive industry, are on this week's edition of Motoring Today. Join us.
Life comes at you fast. If you're brave enough, drive right back at it. Brave the big city or the great outdoors. Brave the carpool or the extra cargo. Brave the unexpected with Honda Sensing. Brave the long road with fuel efficiency to reach your destination. The all-new Honda BRV. Brave the next level.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. Here now are the latest news and developments in the country's transportation and traffic management. Motorists have been enjoying free use of the first segment of the NLEX Connector Road, open to the public back in March. That may be about to end. NLEX Corporation is hoping to open the second segment of the NLEX Connector Road by August. According to news reports, NLEX Corporation President and General Manager Jose Luigi L. Bautista told reporters that the tollway operator expects the segment from España to Santa Mesa to be substantially complete in July and be open to motorists 1 month later. In the same interview with reporters, Bautista said NLEX Corporation also hopes the Toll Regulatory Board will approve the toll matrix for the connector road and to be allowed to begin charging 85 pesos in toll on Class 1 vehicles for use of the 5-kilometer segment from C3 Road in Caloocan to España by July. NLEX Corp said it has already lost as much as 473,000 pesos a day in foregone revenues by allowing motorists to use the open segment of the connector road since March of this year. When fully completed, the NLEX Connector Road will extend 8 kilometers from C3 Road in Caloocan City to Magsaysay Boulevard in Manila City with 3 interchanges. The reports also said NLEX Corporation, which has invested 23.2 billion pesos in the project, plans to charge Class 1 vehicles 125 pesos for use of the connector road from Caloocan to Santa Mesa. For Metro Manila motorists, it will seem like deja vu. Many still remember with moist eyes riding the Skyway was free. Meanwhile, the Department of Transportation is well on its way to solving the problem of lack of plastic cards for driver's licenses, and it is taking pains to show the procurement process was above board. Around 1 million plastic cards for driver's licenses are expected to be delivered in the next 2 months. The Department of Transportation said the notice to proceed has been issued to the winning bidder, Banner Plastic Card Inc., for the contract to supply plastic cards. According to a PNA news report, the DOTR said bidding process for the plastic card supply contract was above board and followed Republic Act 9184 or the procurement law. DOTR Undersecretary for Administration and Finance King Robert De Leon said the bidding process did not favor anyone. De Leon explained why one of the bidders, Allcard, was disqualified. "We did not favor anyone. We followed the law and the post-disqualification is in accordance with the law," he said. He added that the Bid and Awards Committee also needed to establish the capability of the possible supplier to satisfy what's needed under the definition of terms. This is why Allcard was disqualified. Motorists should hope that the bidding process is truly above board and that the delivery will take place as promised. Continuing, after government announced plans to sell its stake in the NLEX, the Metro Pacific Tollways Corporation expressed interest to buy the shares. Metro Pacific Tollways Corporation has offered to buy the shares of the Toll Regulatory Board, the Basis Conversion and Development Authority, and the national government in the North Luzon Expressway. MPTC is the toll infrastructure unit of Metro Pacific Investment Corporation, which owns 70.78% of the NLEX. According to news reports, the MPTC has made an offer to buy the 3.46% stake of the government in the NLEX and is now awaiting the valuation of the shares. In announcing the plan to sell its stake in the NLEX, the government said that this was meant to be used to bankroll the Maharlika Investment Fund. Other institutions with a share in the NLEX are BDO Unibank, 11.7%, EGIS Investment Partners Philippines Incorporated, 10.16%, and Global Fund Holdings, 3.9%. It makes good business sense for the MPTC to acquire a stake in the NLEX, which it manages and operates. And finally, the EDSA bus carousel has been a boon to commuters, but problems remain that need to be addressed. The Department of Transportation says the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority has been given responsibility for the implementation of a management and dispatch system for the EDSA bus carousel. However, the MMDA wants some issues threshed out before it fully takes responsibility for the EDSA busway. According to news reports, acting MMDA Chairman Romando Artes has identified a number of issues that need to be threshed out. One is the need for a holding area big enough to accommodate the 600 buses that are deployed daily on the exclusive bus lane on EDSA. Artes said there is not enough space at the Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange, which is used as a temporary holding area for buses on the southern end of the EDSA bus carousel. Another issue is the need for assistance from the DOTR and the Department of the Interior and local government to police the exclusive EDSA lanes and to keep them free for buses. Already, the MMDA has installed closed-circuit television or CCTV cameras equipped with video analytics to monitor the movement of the buses. This will help with the introduction of a more systematic monitoring of the number of buses plying the EDSA busway. More needs to be done to make the EDSA busway more efficient and safe. And those are the latest news and developments in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. More motorists were apprehended for traffic violations since the no-contact apprehension policy was ordered suspended by the Supreme Court. Is it time to bring the NCAP back? The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority reports that the number of motorists apprehended for traffic violations rose significantly after the Supreme Court suspended its implementation. The MMDA said that when the NCAP was in place, apprehensions averaged around 9,500 a month. After the Supreme Court issued a temporary restraining order against the NCAP in August of last year, apprehension rose to more than double the monthly average during when the NCAP was in place. The MMDA reached a high of 32,000 apprehensions in May of this year. According to the MMDA, the most common violations involved disregarding traffic signs, UVVRP or number coding, illegal unloading or loading, obstruction, dress code violations, attendant illegal parking, Anti-Distracted Driving Act, reckless driving, and not wearing a proper crash helmet for motorcyclists. To be sure, the MMDA did deploy more constables on metro streets and major thoroughfares to enforce traffic regulations after the NCAP was suspended. MMDA Acting Chairman Romando Artes also noted that the road accidents increased after the NCAP was no longer being implemented. The MMDA attributes this to motorists being emboldened to violate traffic regulations, no longer afraid of being recorded on CCTV and cited for transgressions. The rise in the number of traffic violations and a corresponding increase in road mishaps are being cited as compelling reasons for reimposing the NCAP. The MMDA says it will coordinate with the Office of the Solicitor General to petition the Supreme Court to lift the TRO, adding the data on apprehensions as one of the compelling reasons for reimposing the NCAP. The NCAP was first conceived and implemented to help instill discipline among motorists, even when no MMDA constable or traffic enforcers from LGUs were around. It was also meant to make traffic enforcement more efficient and less vulnerable to human intervention, with CCTV footage used as evidence of the violation. However, the legality of the NCAP was questioned before the Supreme Court. The petitioners argued that motorists were denied due process while being under constant threat of being arbitrarily apprehended remotely and issued notices of violations for alleged traffic offenses committed without any contact whatsoever. Transport operators also complained that they were being fined or penalized for traffic violations committed by the drivers of their units. It was also argued that the city ordinances for implementing the NCAP were invalid since they go against Republic Act No. 4136 or the Land Transportation and Traffic Code, which only allowed face-to-face apprehensions of traffic violators in places such as liability on erring drivers, not the registered vehicle owners. Will the Supreme Court consider data on traffic violations and accidents in deciding on the legality of the NCAP? That is a question that the MMDA should also be asking. That's our Morning Forum this week, courtesy of Suzuki Philippines.
At the core of Toyota Gazoo racing lies Motorsports DNA. Combine that with the Philippines' best-selling sedan, you get the Vios GRS. Its black accent details and aero kit upgrade capture the feel and excitement on the track, and the 10-speed CVT that exudes the TGR competitive spirit. On the road or on the track, always be ready for a heart-racing, exhilarating ride. The Vios GRS. Bring on the thrill.
Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
You're back with us here on Motoring Today, and we now have this week's important motoring tips. Starting off with some road safety reminders from Toyota Motor Philippines. Double white line means bawal ang mag-overtake sa kahit anong oras. Katulad ng nasa animation, you should stay on your lane all the time. Sa ganitong paraan ay maiiwasan ang aksidente. Continuing with this week's edition of Motoring Today, let's now focus on proper driver's demeanor, especially for those driving PUVs. Here's Paying Chuper this week.
Payo Chopper lang kaibigan, ako si Alejandro Luico, isang kapwa nyo chopper. Huwag nang ipilit magsakay ng pasahero kung hindi nakasya.
Ang bawat pampasadang sasakyan ay mayroong tinatawag na passenger limit o bilang ng mga pasahero na magkakasya. Kapag puno na, iwasang magtawag pa ng ilan at ipagsiksikan. Tandaan din na bawal maglagay ng ekstra bangko sa gitna ng pampasadang sasakyan.
Palaging isipin na mahalaga rin na komportable ang ating mga pasahero. Ito po si Alejandro Luico, Payong Chopper lang, kaibigan mula sa inyong kapwa nyo chopper.
Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. World of Motorsports is next.
In motorsports news, Richard Gallardo continues to dominate the 2023 Philippine Autocross Championship Series, topping both the overall and open classes with a total time of 1 minute and 34.77 seconds in the overall and 1 minute 35.53 in the open categories. Arnold Javier came in second in the overall class with Jose Carlo Ocampo ending up third. Their standings were reversed in open class with Jose Carlo Ocampo coming in second and Arnold Javier in third. The two were also the quickest among novices, with Arnold Javier landing on top with Jose Carlo Ocampo in second. Third quickest among novices is Glendale Cuento. In the DBS category, Matt Frederick C. turned in an outstanding performance on his stock 1500 Vios. Second quickest in the category, named in honor of the late PACS founder Danny B. Santos, was Jose Carlo Ocampo. Third was Mike Santos driving a Vios Cup car.
More on the world of motorsports here on Motoring Today, as we now give you Race Weekend. The generation which grew up and learned to love and drive automobiles of the 90s would love this edition of Race Weekend, which showcases highlights and sidelights of the legends of the 90s car meetup at the Park Links in Pasig City. A collection of car enthusiasts and motorsports enthusiasts as we are here in Park Links in Libis for the Legends of the 90s Car Meet. Let's go check them out.
Pretty much it started over Facebook Messenger lang, no? It was actually the four of us, ako, si Robert, si Marco, si Ryan is not here, he's in China, right? Okay? So, we just made the messenger group and we realized na, teka, we all have 90s cars. Why don't we host a meet na with our friends na naka 90s cars din? So, kumbaga, we each come from different brands and genres.
So parang we relate dun sa parang struggle, I guess the struggle of owning a 90s car, but also the good things that come with it, diba? Parang you trying to build a car that is not ordinary, right? Something that you don't see often anymore.
Yeah.
Getting it running, right? Getting it to a reliable state.
Yeah.
So, so parang that kind of like we realized, parang, okay, we're bonding over this. Maybe there are others out there who share the same passion. So that's why we started Legends of the 90s.
Yeah, yun. It started back in 2015 and back then, we only had what? 30 cars. Pero even then, yung kumbaga yung sampling namin of cars was cream of the crop na. You have Galant VR4s, NSXs, diba? A few GTRs here and there.
It was also our selfish way of parang, okay, let's try to see if we can make the rarer 90s cars that we don't really see every day.
Yeah.
Parang if we make an open call or we create this meet, I wonder what types of cars, and we've seen anything from like original 90s rally cars like Pulsars to Ferrari.
Yeah, we've had a Ferrari come in last time, no? Yeah.
The pandemic,
Testarossa.
Testarossa come in and a couple of Porsches din, di ba?
So it's always a wild card for us, kaya nakakagana lagi mag-organize ng meet na ganito kasi kahit kaming mga organizer, we're always surprised.
Well, Legends is truly different. As you see, one, it's exclusive. Two, talagang cream of the crop. And let's say even if it's exclusive, everybody's still welcome to come and join and spectate and check out the cars and even bond with us. It's not, that's open. It's just we want to keep a certain level of cars, the quality of cars up there, so that everybody has some. Well, we don't want to say naman everybody can look up to us. It's not that. It's that we just want to preserve a standard that is still friendly.
Well, it's mostly finding a car you want to build and really committing to it, doing a lot of research, doing your homework, what entails having to build a car like that. Diba? Like, sa akin, for example, it's not easy to build an RX-7. It doesn't have a piston engine. Diba? So, I had to go through all of that, and I think majority, if not all of the people present here, have had to experience that kind of, that kind of hardship. Yeah. So, you just gotta get into it and do it. Diba? Na study up and do what we did.
As a spectator, these cars, you can come and join us, check out the cars, because these cars are not daily cars. Some of the cars came in trailers. Because one, hindi garage queen sila. Show builds talaga yung iba. Because, it's not because ginawa nilang pang show, pero mahal na mga may-ari yung mga kotse. May mga kanya-kanyang story. Mayroong mga, syempre, mga touching stories na kotse ng lolo nila, o tatay nila, or yun yung kotse nung when they were growing up. We are sensitive to stories of the owners and of the builds. We are. So that touches us too.
We appreciate like the cars that are built as race cars and they actually use it, right? So if they drive the car to the track, they race, they come back, and then they submit. Yeah, definitely. Kasi we actually all raced before then, so we appreciate that then. So it's really, there's really no single formula. It's just really about the connection that you have with the car and sharing that. And if you feel that parang okay, it's something that we also want to share with the rest of everyone who comes and watches this meet and experiences that, yeah, you'll be able to get it, for sure.
So, if you want to find out more about our event, please follow our Facebook page. It's Legends of the 90s. Most of the it's only one. Most of the updates are there, and if we open our screening, it's usually announced there, only on the page, and then yung applications natin are via email na and everything. So you just follow the steps and the instructions we provide. If you want to join and participate eventually at our next event, yeah, feel free. We'll be waiting for your applications at our inbox.
And that does it for our coverage of the Legend of the 90s car meet here in Park Links in Libis. Be sure to check us out next week for more race weekend action. We'd like to thank Legends of the 90s co-founders Robert Tan, Orit Go, and Marco Palinar for the invite to their invite-only event showcasing the best examples of 90s era automobiles. We have a feeling this won't be the last car meet of the 90s legends. And last week's World of Motorsports. We'll be back after this short break.
Isuzu Mu-X. Take the lead.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Our car of the week is next on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. This showcase takes a look at the BMW 520i, the German auto brand's entry to the premium mid-size segment.
The BMW 520i is the German brand's entry to the premium mid-size sedan segment. The latest upgrade and refresh of the BMW 520i arrived last year with what authorized local SMC Asia Car Distributors Corp president Spencer Yu described its features usually found on higher tiers of the luxury car market. It may sound like cliche, but BMW's midsize sedan can only be described as sleek and sporty, as well as stately and elegant. At 4,963mm long, 1,868mm wide, and 1,479mm tall, and with a 2,975mm long wheelbase. Only one variant was made available, the 520i Luxury, which came with only one engine option, a 4-cylinder turbocharged gasoline engine. There's a lot to like in the refreshed exterior of the new BMW 520i, starting with the wider and taller twin kidney grille flanked by slim headlights. The adaptive LED headlights don't only look good with a blue edging, but they also feature a high beam assistant and an adaptive quartering function. It also comes with LED fog lights. The rear also looks elegant and sporty with a black edging to the L-shaped combination lamps and rear apron with twin free-form tailpipes. The 18-inch alloy wheels don't just look good, they are also shod in 245/45 R18 run-flat tires. The new 520i comes with what BMW calls the Comfort Access System, which offers a very convenient way to lock and unlock the vehicle, and the simplicity of loading and unloading items into the boot with a kick function. There's a lot to like in the 520i interior, starting up with the Dakota leather seats, complemented by the dash with Sensatec leather, fine wood interior trim, pearl chrome finish, and the velour floor mats. Ambient lighting enhances the whole luxurious feel of the BMW 520i. And there's a lot to the cabin beyond the ambiance and 4-zone automatic air conditioning. The driver and front passenger seats adjust electronically, with the driver getting the benefits of a lumbar support and memory function. Aside from power windows, there is also the electric roller sun blind for the rear window. Comfort is not the only thing enhanced by innovation in the 520i. The 520i features what is called the BMW Live Cockpit Professional, which uses a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster display to provide vehicle information to the driver, and another to the 12.3-inch touchscreen display for infotainment, navigation, and smartphone connectivity. Many engine and other functions can also be controlled via the iDrive touch controller. That is not to mention the multifunction buttons on the sport leather steering wheel. Smart connectivity is compatible with both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Audiophiles would also love that the BMW 520i comes with Harman Kardon surround sound system. Underneath the hood of the BMW 520i is a 1998cc 4-cylinder with twin-power turbo technology that generates 184 PS and 290 Nm of torque. Made into an 8-speed Steptronic transmission that drives the rear wheels, the engine can take the BMW 520i from 0 to 100 km per hour in 7.9 seconds. Top speed is rated at 235 km per hour. BMW always touts the sheer driving pleasure offered by all vehicles with the iconic kidney grille. And those performance numbers only to serve to show that the 520i is essentially an executive saloon is a pleasure to drive. It comes with much of the advancement BMW developed for driving dynamics, fuel efficiency, and safety. Drivers can choose modes depending on want or need: Sport, Comfort, Eco Pro, and Adaptive. Automatic start-stop functions help save on fuel in stop-and-go traffic. Cruise control with braking function makes it very convenient to keep within speed limits on busy highways. Rear cameras, parking assistance, park distance control make it quite convenient to park. ABS and dynamic stability control are standard. Active protection detects and warns against driving fatigue. Crash sensor can autonomously prepare for a car collision. Added for safety are multiple airbags, side impact protection, ISOFIX child seat mounting, automatic door locking, passive protection for pedestrians. All this told, the BMW 520i lives up to its billing as the embodiment of style and practicality in a very intuitive premium business sedan.
SMC Asia Cars believes that the BMW 520i with a comprehensive 5-year 200,000 km warranty is immensely competitive at its price point of 4.49 million pesos. That's our featured vehicle in this week's showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee.
go for? We go for experience. We go for excitement. We go for sport. We go for style. We go for fun. We go for the Toyota Wigo.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry takes center stage.
The new Chief Operating Officer of Kia Philippines Motor Corporation, Brian Buendia, outlined his plans for the brand during a formal roundtable discussion with motoring journalists.
So my plans for Kia is to continue what we started way back in 2019 when Ayala got the Kia franchise in the Philippines. We have been growing Kia year on year, double-digit numbers. Unfortunately, we had a slight hurdle, which is COVID. But this year, we are seeing the numbers go back to pre-pandemic levels. 2021, Kia globally launched the new logo or the new store image, which will not be only just for the looks of our dealerships, but also for the feel of the customer experience. We want to focus on this henceforth because the aim of Kia in the Philippines is to be the top-of-mind choice for the Filipino consumers.
While it was Buendia's first experience on the brand's regular get-togethers with media, it may have been the last for Manny Aligada ahead of his impending retirement as president of Kia Philippines.
Well, I'll be watching on the sidelines, looking at how Kia will grow further, given that intentions for the brand are going into the next generation of technology, which is the electric vehicle technology, while continuing to develop and progress on the ICE technology. So I guess that's the beautiful thing about the brand. It's going to continue with what it had done so well in the past, and yet be very competitive in new technologies.
Buendia divulged Kia's plans for introducing new vehicle, including hybrid models.
We are looking at 4 vehicles coming in the next few months. 2 of these vehicles will be within the year, and the other 2 will be launched by 2024. It's very interesting because one of the vehicles that we will be launching this year will be part of the new energy vehicle segment. So these are the hybrids. So we all know that we have the EV6 already as our battery electric vehicle, but we are also welcoming hybrids in our portfolio.
Buendia also offered good news for the many who have paid for reservations on the Kia EV6.
We have gathered a total of around 50 reservations already for the EV6. And so far, we have only released 6 units, but as we speak, there are a significant number coming in the next few days. We will be able to serve the 50 customers that is waiting for EV6, and we plan to have the same volume towards the end of the year, totaling to around 100 EV6s as our forecast for the year.
GAC Motors has launched the all-new GS3, a visually stunning subcompact SUV that also comes with an impressive powertrain and a host of advanced tech, all at the price point that should make it a game changer in the segment.
We're very happy with the launch. As mentioned, this new generation GS3 is a game changer. With the price point, you get so much value for the money. Main features, main selling points. First, we start with the engine. It comes with the 1.5 turbocharged, water-cooled intercooler, direct injection engine, mated to a 7-speed wet-type dual-clutch transmission system. It's the longest, most spacious in its class. It's the new player in the subcompact crossover segment, but feature for feature, it provides you value for money, one segment higher. we continue to excite the market with new and fresh models. This is our 4th model launch this year. That's an average of 1 model being launched every 2 months. The next 6 months is more exciting for the brand. We have more in store in terms of products, in terms of offer. We want to invite everyone. Visit your nearest JC dealership nationwide. We are fast gaining strength in terms of number. As mentioned, by July, you will see 15 locations all across the country. By end of the year, we will have at least 20 dealerships.
And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, don't forget to check us out on social media.
Until next week here on Motoring Today, now on its 37th year of continuing service to the general motoring public with a lifelong commitment to promote road safety. On behalf of our dad, Butch Gamboa, I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Happy motoring!